Welcome back. Right. In the previous lesson, we introduced about the Git version control system and how to use the Git and all these. All right. Today we are going to discuss more about the Git Basic Command and how to collaborate with Git. We will start with the Git Basic Commands, how to save, how to commit the changes, and then how to look back the versions that we have saved in the folders, and then we will compare the different versions, what kind of changes we have made, all right, and then how can we do the changes, and then how do we restore the previous version. Right? Last but not least, we will cover the how to collaborate with the Git. Okay, so the first Git Basic Commands that I want to introduce is from the previous lesson. We have already introduced how to create a new repo, right? Using the existing folder, we can create we can use a git command in it to convert the existing folder into a Git version control system. Right? Or if we want to create a new repository, we can write it like git init and then the name of the repo that you want to create. Okay. To check the status of your file, you can use a git status command, and to create a new branch and this repo, you use git branch. All right. Now, let's see in detail. All right. Okay. We first start with the saving the different version of the files, saving the data. Right. So, like what I explained earlier, when you save the files in the Git control system, there are two-step process. It is two-step process. The first step is you add your file into the stage area by using the git command git add. All right. Git add followed by the file names that you want to add. All right. Or if you want to add everything, you can use a git add dot period. All right. Dot. Okay. Then the next step is you commit the changes using the git commit command. All right. If you just use git commit will save everything in the stage area. All right. And as a practice, we usually put git commit followed by the flag m-m. All right, and with the message. Okay, to remember what kind of changes we have made in the file in that particular version. Right. So now let's look back how to see the changes, how to view the changes, right? Whenever you make the commit, each commit has a unique identifier hash key. So we can use this hash key to look back the particular version, right? Just to see all the commit, we can use git log. It will give you all the commits that you have done, okay, over the time. Right? But sometimes if you have committed multiple times, it is a bit difficult to see. So let's say we want to see only the last two commit, last three commit, we can use this number, right? -2, -3 to see the last two commit, the last three commit. Okay. Or if you want to focus on particular file or changes on the particular file, you can use the file name. All right. So for example, if I want to see the changes in the report, I can just type git log report.ucs. It will give you the commit, all right, to make changes in this particular file. Okay. And also we can use, like what I mentioned, we can use a hash key, all right, using the git show hash key to see which changes are made in that particular version. Just now log is to give you all the comment. All right. So now I want to see the particular changes in this particular version. You can use a git show hash key. Or we can use the head, HAD head. All right. HAD head give you the changes in the last comment. Right. So if you type head well, be careful, this is not dash. All right. Well, it will give you the second last chain. Right. Remember, head is the last chain. So if you put the head well, it will give you the second last chain. Similarly, if you put head 2, it will give you the third last chain. All right, you have committed. Okay. If you want to see the details about the changes, who have made the changes and what time and all this, you can use a annotate function. Right? Git annotate file name. This way, give you the line by line changes. All right. Who is the author, who have made the changes, and then what kind of changes he made. Okay. Now, let's say we want to see the changes between two commit, right? For us to see the changes between two commit, we can use a diff command, sorry, all right, diff, a diff command, all right? If you know the hash key of these two commit, you can use git diff hash key 1 and hash key 2. Or you can use a head and head Taiwan. Right? Head and head Taiwan, be careful, it's not dash, it's a die. Right? If you use a head and head Taiwan, it will give you the changes between the second last chain and last chains. All right. Okay, if you want to compare, sometimes we make the changes, but we haven't put it into the end stage. All right, we want to compare these changes. We haven't put the end stage. If we haven't put in the stage area. We can use a git diff finding. All right, if git diff time finding will give you the changes you made between the current version and the last commit. Or if you want to compare all the files from the previous commit, we can use the flag key R dash R and head. All right. Or if you want to check for the particular file name, you just put the file name after the head. Okay. Most of the time in the computer, you use Control Z, right, to do the undo. Okay. We type something and then we want to undo it. All right. Similarly here, in the Git version control system, you can do the undo the changes. Okay. For undoing the changes, to remove the files from the stage area, you can use reset. All right. Or if you haven't put these in the stage area, you can use the checkout. Checkout dot will delete everything. All right. Everything that you have made the changes, or checkout dash dash file name will remove the changes that you make in that particular file name. Now, how to restore to the previous version. All right, I have already mentioned earlier, you can use a checkout command to restore to the previous version. So let's say I want to restore to that particular version, which I know the hash key. You can use the git checkout hash key and then followed by the file name for the file name that you want to restore. Right? Or if you want to get back to the second last chain that you have made, you can use the head Taiwan. All right. Or if you want to restore everything, not only the binary, you will just put the hash key. And sometimes when you're writing the files, you are doing the project, some of the files we didn't really make any changes. All right. This is called end track. We don't do anything. Okay. So if the files are not being tracked, we can check which file are not being tracked using the git clean dash flag command, end command. All right. Be careful, you cannot use only the clean. You have to put the flash key. So those entry file we want to remove, you can just use a dash F. All right. So all the directory, all the files you want to remove, you can use dash F and dash T flag. Now, let's collaborate with the Git. All right. How do we collaborate? Okay. You have already learned how to create a local repo, right, using the git init. Okay, so if you want to create a new repo with a new name, you just put git init and then provide the repo name. Or if you want to convert the current folder into a git, you just put git init. All right, and you also learn how to clone the repository from a cloud-based system. Okay. Local repos are usually good for working in the local computer, right? Especially when you're working alone. But when we need to collaborate with multiple users, multiple contributors, we need to use a cloud-based system, right? GitHub is one of the most popular tools, most popular cloud service system. All right, most popular cloud service system that provide a space for the contributor collaborator to collaborate on this system, on this service. All right, on this cloud space service. Okay. So this is an example of GitHub in my account. All right, this is my account. It is very easy. You can just register on the GitHub. I encourage you to create an account in the GitHub. Okay, this is my account. All right. So now I want to clone this particular folder from my GitHub repo into my local computer. So for that, you just use a git clone command. All right, followed by the URL. Okay, here my URL is another GitHub and my name and the app. Okay, so for this file URL, you just give them a URL and then you just clone it, all right, into your local computer. This will create a folder. This will create a duplicated folder in your computer with the name of the app. right? Let's say if you want to change the name of the folder, you can put the repo name after the URL, okay, after the URL, all right? So let's see, here is an example using the command prompt, okay? First of all, I change to the working directory to my git command folder. Then I put the clone, right? Git clone. So this git clone will create a folder called diabetes app in my computer, in my local computer. Now, let's see how we can work remotely. Right? So if we want to work with the remote repo, of course, the keyword is remote. The command is remote, right? It is a good practice for us to give a reference names for this remote repo. For example, just now, my name is diabetes detection app. It's a loud name, all right? So here, I want to give a name like diabetes origin for the remote repo, right? So for my local systems, I may give a different name, and then the remote one as a reference, I put it as a diabetes remote, all right, origin, okay? So for that, we can just use add command, git remote add, and then followed by the name and repo, right? So what are the remote repo I'm working in my local system? You can just start git remote, and then that will give you the tag, right, with the remote. If you want to know more details, you can just use flash key -p, right, -p details. So now, after you create your repo, some of your contributor make changes in the GitHub, right? They make the some changes, okay? They make the some changes. So I want to pull this content from the changes to your local system, to the local system. For that, we can use this command fetch, fetching the data, right? So for that, you can use a git fetch and remote name, okay? If you have given the name, all right? Otherwise, you can use the original clone URL. It's up to you, okay? And then here we can put the local branch, particular branch, all right? So for example, git fetch this diabetic origin and main, okay? So what I'm doing is from this remote diabetic origin, I'm copying all the file, I'm fetching all the content into the main branch, right? After I copy the data into the main branch, what I want to do is I want to synchronize with the local repo, okay? For that, we will use a match command. All right, git match and then remote repo to the local branch. I will merge it. So this pull and merge can be combined together using the pull function. Pull, pull. All right, git pull command and then remote repo followed by your local branch. Right. In my example, remote repo is given a name as diabetic origin, and the local branch I'm putting into the main directly. Okay, that's how you do. Now, let's say I made the changes in my local computer. All right, I want to also upload this file, this changes into the remote repo. All right, so I want to push it back to the diabetic origin. Okay, so here in the changes I make it another master branch. All right, so whatever from the master branch, I want to push to the remote repo. Okay, so before we push our changes to the remote, remember to save changes locally first. You have to add, you have to comment. Okay, only then you push your changes into a remote repo using the push command. All right, so here you use git push and then your remote repo name followed by the local branch. All right, git push diabetic origin and master. Okay, all right, that's all for today. I think we cover a lot in these lessons. So don't worry too much. Along the line, when you're working on the Python, you will learn how to collaborate using the Git and GitHub. And then throughout the courses, you will learn how to use the Git command. Right? This is how you will be familiarized with the Git. Thank you.